For over a decade, Bindi Irwin was tormented by a pain that doctors could not diagnose. In fact, some didn't even believe her, dismissing her symptoms as something women go through as they age. They couldn't have been more wrong. Bindi Irwin is the daughter of famous crocodile hunter Steve Irwin. Since his death in 2006, Bindi, her brother Robert, and mom Terry have kept his love for wildlife alive.
They've got very small little legs, a stumpy little tail.
That's a bit mean.
And but they're still very, very
I feel
cute.
like you could have phrased that better. Like, they have these sweet little legs.
Hey, it's Addison Hager, and on the surface, Bindi radiates joy. But behind closed doors, now shares that she struggles with endometriosis, something that up until now, she thought she was going to have to endure the pain that comes along with that for the rest of her life. In a letter to her fans on Instagram, Bindi felt like it was time to let others in on what she had been struggling with. With a snapshot of her in a hospital bed, she wrote, quote, "I'm sharing my story for anyone who reads this and is quietly dealing with pain and no answers. Let this be your validation that your pain is real and you deserve help. Keep searching for answers." Bindi had been experiencing excruciating pain, fatigue, and nausea for the last 10 years. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office on Women's Health, endometriosis occurs when tissue similar to the lining of the uterus grows in other places and forms lesions. For years, doctors brushed off her pain, didn't take her seriously. That in and of itself was defeating. Quote, "A doctor told me it was simply something you deal with as a woman, and I gave up entirely, trying to function through the pain. Thankfully, a friend didn't let her take no for an answer, pushing her to continue to fight to be pain-free. It would take surgery for the young woman to get the answers she so desperately sought out for years. They would find 37 lesions during surgery, some deep and difficult to remove, as well as a chocolate cyst. This was more than just a physical relief for Bindi. It was emotional relief as well. Quote, "Validation for years of pain is indescribable. My family and friends who have been on this journey with me for 10 plus years, thank you for encouraging me to find answers when I thought I'd never climb out. Thank you to the doctors and nurses who believed my pain. I'm on the road to recovery, and the gratitude I feel is overwhelming." Hit the thumbs up button if you're glad Bindi not only is recovering, but received the physical and emotional answer she needed. Bindi and her husband Chandler have their daughter Grace together, and in her post, she shed light on encouraging sensitivity towards herself and women in her situation. Quote, "Things may look fine on the outside looking in through the window of someone's life. However, that is not always the case. Please be gentle and pause before asking me or any woman when we'll be having more children. After all my body has gone through, I feel tremendously grateful that I have our gorgeous daughter. She feels like our family's miracle." You might recognize the friend that encouraged Bindi to continue to seek answers. Leslie Mosier is the dog owner of Doug the Pug, a Nashville-based internet phenomenon who has over 3.5 million followers on Instagram. Leslie has been open about her journey with endometriosis and the surgery she underwent in order to correct some of the problem. Just the perfect person to aid in direction and encouragement for Bindi. Before you go, comment below well wishes for Bindi's recovery. Let's send her some love from the Taste of Country family. I'm Addison Hager for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for subscribing.